24 rowdy teenagers trying to kill each other.
Let's get into this.
Hello there guys and welcome to Let's Get Into This little project Will and I have been working on. Essentially, we're going to take historical and fictional, I guess, circumstances and contexts, and we're going to put ourselves into those situations and we're going to show why we're superior to everything. Isn't that right, Will?
That's exactly what we're going to do. And hopefully, you guys are going to go into the comments and tell us why we're completely wrong and you know exactly what to do.
Oh, don't encourage them, they'll actually do that.
Okay.
Do you want to introduce today's scenario then?
So today's scenario, we've decided, is the Hunger Games, which I'm hoping most of you know what it is. But if you don't, it's basically when you get 24 teenagers, put them in an arena, and last one standing wins. So
yeah, I'll have like an infographic up on the screen. But, you know, let's get into it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Straight away. Right, so first up on the agenda is the Cornucopia. So everyone kind of, how they start is that they're in a ring. All 24 are in a ring. They have 60 seconds to observe their surroundings. And the Cornucopia is like, I guess, it's filled with supplies and weapons and all these kinds of things. So Will, how would you respond to this? What's your plan? How are you gonna survive
So
this?
my plan, well, I know, because I've read the books, that most people die at the Cornucopia. And unless you're a good fighter and you've got teammates, you don't go and try and get all the stuff, because most likely you're just gonna die. So I think what I do, if there were any like little things like a backpack or anything close to me, I'd pick it up. But basically, yeah, I'm just gassing it away. I'm not going anywhere near that prize of goodies in the centre.
Now, I think I'm pretty fast as a human being. I don't think I'm that fast, so I reckon I'd be one of the first if I were to absolutely go for it. I think I'd be one of the first.
If you do, you're right in the centre of all the madness, and you've just decreased your odds of surviving. Do you have any?
No, I understand, but if you think about it in terms of everyone who goes to the centre typically wants to stay there. They're
stay in the centre.
No,
are you crazy? You want to stay there?
No. For instance, like they're called the career trees. They all run into the centre. They grab weapons. They try and kill as many people as possible. Right? If my aim is to get there and get out, then if I run in, grab something, and run away, I reckon I'd be okay because the chances of a ranged weapon are slim.
Yeah. Would it depend on like you go up and you see what's there? Like, if you saw something like something that you thought, oh my goodness, that's something great that I can pick up.
I mean, there's not really, weapon-wise, there's not really much that I specialise in. So not really, I reckon I just go for supplies. But hang on, yeah, no, I'm just going for supplies, which means I don't need to go in the centre. No, I'm with you, I just kind of grab something and just leg it.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
I'd grab it, leg it. Unless you had sort of teammates with you.
Even then, I mean, because if one of your teammates die,
yeah,
then that's
or turn out not
great.
to be one of your teammates,
just try to murder you.
Yeah, that would kind of suck.
I don't know, because I guess it depends on your own speed. I think we both consider ourselves quite fast.
Yeah,
gotta go fast. No.
Gotta go. Sonic the Hedgehog, by the way. If anyone was
wondering. If you don't know that, then just anyway. Don't insult anyone yet. What was I saying? Something about teammates. Yeah, so, and the centre. I don't know. I reckon, even if I had teammates... Okay, if I had teammates, I'd go to the centre, I think. Because running away as a team is going to be more difficult than running away alone.
Yeah.
And if I'm the first one there, then I can engage them. But I think, like,
I think it's just... The likelihood of you dying there is just too high to risk, kind of... everything trying to get
you're not willing to risk it.
One little supply that might help you.
All right.
No, I'm not willing to risk it. I'm running. I'm getting as far away from everyone, and then I'm hiding for the rest of the game, and hope. Like it's just me and one guy left, and
he trips over and breaks his neck.
He trips over and breaks his neck. That's my strategy.
Gets depressed and kills himself.
What would be your strategy for the game, kind of going forward?
Going forward from there,
Yeah.
Mine would be trying to get a mobile source of food and water. So essentially having something with me. I'd like designate an area, and I'd set up traps in those areas. This isn't me, by the way. This isn't me. Like we're not allowed to invent skills for ourselves. These have to be this if we were there right this second.
Yeah, if I was like some inhumanly strong man with excellent combat abilities, of course I'm going to go to the centre.
Yeah.
But
so for me, I have a rudimentary and working knowledge of traps and animal trapping. So I would try and designate an area, I guess. And in
you
that
try
area,
and people trap. That's really dark.
No, I wouldn't just people trap. I'd also animal trap, and then I just roam that area. So I'm always on the move. So I'm not being pinned down. But then again, I've also got a source of food and water. I'm assuming you would just stay away.
I'm running away. I'm finding water. I'm finding food, and then I'm hoping no one finds me.
See, my logic is that eventually I'm going to have to fight someone. So it might as well be in an area that I know very well. So if I know, like, for example, there's a rocky ground here, I need to take this route or something like that, then I've got a home field advantage. Wow, we went really off topic with that cornucopia question. Anyway, right, second scenario. So in the movies and books, Katniss, the protagonist, I don't like her, but still, apparently she's the protagonist. She finds herself up a tree. She runs away from 6 career tributes, so these are the tributes that are skilled in fighting with weapons. And she finds herself up a tree. So for the sake of the argument, we're going to say that no one can get to you in this tree. They can't physically get out up into the tree. You can go up and down the tree, but they can't actually come up the tree. So they're camped down below. You have, I think, a knife. She has a knife, and that kind of thing. For this as well, we're not going to say that there's the bees nearby, because that's just, a plot device. That just it's just so that annoys me. I'm not going to lie. Oh, look, magic bees! It's just... Congratulations! Yeah.
Right.
So, Will, what's your scenario here? What do you think?
How many are there? There are 6.
There's 6.
There's 6, and they're trying to kill me, but they can't get.
We're
going
to say 6. Yeah, they can't get.
Okay. Well,
we're going to ignore the fact that one of them has a bow and arrow. That they don't have a bow and arrow.
They don't have a bow and arrow. Are they trying to make like traps to try and get? Are they trying to make a ladder?
I can't like. I assume they would do.
Or are they just trying? Or are they just trying to siege the tree?
I mean, you've kind of just got up there, so okay. I think that what you'd kind of have to try and anticipate what they'd do.
So I think they have probably more supplies than I do up in my tree, unless I can jump to other trees, which in that case I'm doing. But if it's kind of an isolated tree, I think at some point I'm going to have to come down because they can probably outlast me on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about picking your timing as to when to come down then. So you'd probably wait until when they first get there, they're probably all there looking up at the tree, but after a few hours and they need to sleep, they're going to have only a couple on guard, let's say. And then
I'd wait a few days.
I'd wait there until like the weakest people, in my opinion, were on guard, and then I'd just try and make a break for it before they could shout.
I feel like if you were going down the tree, they'd spot you though.
Yeah.
I feel like that they would.
Yeah. So what would you do?
Shout you. Me personally, I would. Okay, so in the books and the movies, I'm not going to say that anymore. They've just arrived, and it's not been that long in the actual games themselves. It's only been I think a day at this point, or a day and a bit. So they're still looking for people. They're still like, I guess, high off the immediacy of it. It's just happened to them. So I feel like they'd get bored. I'm not saying that they wouldn't try. I think that I could last, without moving, off the top of my head, about 4 days without water at all. And that's not that's without, that's assuming there's no dew, there's no sources of water anywhere nearby, no leaves, nothing like that. So I reckon I could, I've got at least 3 days up in this tree. 3 days of life. In that time,
I'd say 2 days. Yeah? I don't think you could go.
The human can survive. The average human can survive.
I know, but you're probably going to fall out the tree before you inevitably
You're not
die
walking. That's the thing. You're not moving at all.
Mm.
You're not moving. Like, you're not using any kind of water. That's what I'm thinking. What I would do is try and present a threat to them. So I've got a knife. So I guess I'd hack off bits of the tree. Significant chunks. It would take a while each time, but then you've got a form of missile to throw against them.
You're going to throw bits of wood at them.
Yeah,
really.
If you can present a large enough threat in that situation that they can't touch you, but you can hurt them.
You're not really hurting them. You're just throwing sticks at them.
No, but
just
you can knock
irritating.
someone out with a stick.
It's just irritating.
chunk.
It's not going to do
Yeah.
any damage.
It would do if it hit someone in the head.
Mm.
She's like, all right. They're at least a good few. I'd say like.
Do we
10
have a
meters
knife
up,
in
at
this
least.
tree to like?
Yeah, you've
chop
got one
some?
knife.
You've got
Yeah.
one knife.
Same as her. So I would argue that she's about 10 meters up. 10 meters, chucking something 10 meters. That's gonna hurt, if not render you unconscious. They're not a very caring bunch, so they wouldn't try and treat them that well. So that might even be one dead, essentially. And if
I doubt you're going to be able to kill anyone by throwing a
fingers
log
crossed.
down off the tree.
but as a group, they won't care that I'm chucking things at them, right? As a group, as individuals, they will. If you're the guy on guard that's having things chucked at you, you won't want to do that.
Oh, so you're
So you'll,
trying
like,
to
stay
deter
undercover.
them from being on guard.
Yeah, I'm trying to deter them from even considering wanting to be in that situation, because then that brews resentment for the person who has to actually watch me.
Yeah.
And hopefully that makes it uneasy. And in a game of life and death, that might potentially spill into conflict between them. That's my plan. But, I guess we can always use the magic bees that come along and murder all of 2 people and get Katniss her special bow, and there's no kind of story arc
magic
for that at all.
bees.
But,
Not that we're
I'm not-
resentful.
I'm not
Anyway,
bitter.
so
Right.
the third scenario we thought of was when it's getting towards the end of the game, and let's say that you've been teaming with someone for the entirety of the game, but it's getting close to the end, and it's starting to get a little bit tense between you because it's only one person that can win. So, Laith, what would you do?
So we talk about teaming in general and my views on it. And that kind of thing within the context of this specific.
Oh yeah, okay. Should we start with just teaming in general? Would you?
Yeah,
team?
we'll do teaming. I would not team,
And then we'll go into
because I can't trust that person. Like, there's just the fact that there's only one winner means that you can't trust them. There's no way. Necessity can drive you together, but once you eliminate significant
But
threats,
in the early game,
at some
it
point you
might-
become a significant threat.
It might increase your chances of winning if you are in a team.
I would say no.
I think there might be a point where it becomes a disadvantage to you to have a teammate. But at the beginning, if you've judged this person's character not to kill you until a certain point, it might be.
But you say at the beginning, but what is there really for you both to team up over? That's the thing. I mean, I guess there's the threat of the careers.
I mean,
that's why you team together. But why?
No.
You can't.
But you could be a career. I don't know. A
But
career is someone who's trained their whole life for this.
Yeah.
By the way.
The issue that I mean, we're not. That's the thing. We're not. The issue that I have with teaming is that how are you going to arm yourselves? Because we both agreed that we're not going for the cornucopia, right? Which means that our teammate would also not have to.
If you could go with the careers in the middle, kind of the professional people, and they thought, okay, this guy's good enough to come with us, would you?
I'm teaming with them and slaughtering them in their sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect.
That makes the
perfect thing.
most amount of sense. You volunteer to go on guard, kill the other guard, and try and kill as many as possible before running. What I would do in that situation is I would stash supplies in a nearby hidey hole, I guess. Kill as many of them as I can with some sort of spear or ranged weapon before they're fully conscious or awake or whatever, and then run for the supplies. And they chase you down, obviously.
That was something that always kind of bothered me, how they didn't turn on each other sooner.
Yeah, because they are each other's biggest threat. That's kind of how that works.
Okay, so now saying that you have teamed and you've been teaming with this person for a while, what would you do?
I would leave in the night.
you've kind of got like a bond with this person.
I would leave.
Like
I would leave in the night.
You don't really want to kill them. You've kind of got a friendship and kind of mutual respect.
Firstly, Will, don't assume that I make friends. Thank you. I would cut your throat in your sleep if you try to kill me. I'm just saying that now, right? We've known each other many years, Will, but you and I. I'm just saying, if it came down to
heartless.
I think I would just leave.
You think you'd leave?
There's the pros of killing them outweighs the cons of like sponsors and things like that. Because there's public image to consider.
Right? So heartless sponsors. Is that your reason?
I'm leaving. I'm out. I mean, if I was that heartless, I'd stab him in the throat. Let's be honest here. But unfortunately, I have a shred of humanity that however many times I drown it, it just refuses to die. So, I wouldn't kill him, no.
Okay.
But I would hope that someone else did. If it's just me and him left, then
I think if I were teaming with someone, I'd probably. You couldn't kind of say when there's 8 people left, we'll split up, because you might just
Kill
jump
him
you.
when there's 9. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't.
Oh,
Think
if
I'd
I
want
thought
to
if there was
kill
a
him
chance, if I
or
thought there
her.
was a chance of them jumping me, I'd murder them.
Yeah.
Because in that
Or,
regard,
I don't
they're
know,
not my
I think-
friend. If they're going to kill me, so they're
If
not
you
my friend. I'm
don't
going
think
to
they're
murder
going to
them.
jump you yet,
Then-
if they're kind of the innocent type that's not going to suspect.
Oh, if
kind
they're
of
the innocent
treachery.
type, then I'm never teaming them in the first place.
Why
they're
not?
useless to
you've
me.
got a teammate who's going to help you and not kill you.
Yeah, but I'm also sharing supplies with them in an arena where you have to survive. If they're innocent and naive, it means that they probably don't have that many tracking skills and that kind of thing. For instance, Will, if you and I were to team, right, in this,
But it
in
would
these games,
mean if you came up against one person that you could, with the power of numbers. overpower them.
I personally don't. I mean, I don't. Hand-to-hand combat, I can probably take someone. Which means I don't need another person. Which means I'm just sharing supplies. So, for instance, if you and I were to team, and if you look at it from a purely kind of food perspective, I don't think you have any hunting skills. Am I right in that?
That's completely wrong.
You don't. You do have hunting skills.
I do have hunting skills.
What kind of skills do you have?
I've been on camps with my dad when I was about
camps. But
Yeah,
do you genuinely 100% think that you could catch and kill
I don't
animals?
think you could catch and kill animals, to be honest.
That's not true, actually, Will.
So
I have done in the past several times successfully. Will,
look at him. He thinks he's fantastic.
I am
Right,
fantastic.
guys. I think before
Small
before
rodents, Will.
before
Oh,
this,
my dinner!
before this descends into a real Hunger Games between us, I think
would
we'll
murder
call
you.
that the end of this session.
Call that the end of you. I'm coming for you.
I'm scared.
Okay.
He might.
Sarcasm
Next time
over
I go
there.
around to his house, he's got some weird guillotine trap on the door.
No. You're not coming around my house. Mind you, if you looked at the Vietnamese, they had like some really like spike wall trap things that were like pretty horrific. Like the Viet Cong. Those I could probably do a few of those. Like
Okay.
In general, not in the Hunger Games, in life right now, I'll do one now. I'll do it for you now.
I could Google them too.
You can't just Google it, Will. It doesn't count. Right. We'll leave it there, I think. So yeah, guys, if you have any suggestions for future context/historical things/fictional things, we've got a few ideas that we're considering doing. But if you have any ideas, then yeah. If you think we're wrong, well, I'm not wrong, but if you think that Will's wrong, then please spout it in the comments and tell him he's an idiot. I always do. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's been fun. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hello, my children. I must give you a message. Subscribe to the social streamers for eternal salvation.